look, everybody hates on Mason Rudolph, but you got to remember the Mason Rudolph story. He was drafted to come in and hopefully be the heir apparent to Ben. Obviously, we already know what the relationship was with there. It was rocky, but Ben goes down in week 2 against Seattle. That is when he blew his elbow out, and Mason got thrown to the fire. And it wasn't great. I think he was 500 that season. He showed some flashes, but I think the defense kind of carried him. That was also the Duck Hodges. But if you go back and look at the stats between Mason and Duck, Mason actually played better. It's just the bad plays that Mason had looked bad. And then he started a couple games. You know, we all know that Rudolph saved Christmas in 23, coming in, winning 3 straight games. He vanquished the evil that was Kenny Pickett. You know, Mason, we want to give excuses for having horrible offensive coordinators, a defensive coach who didn't give a shit about the offense, but then you want to say that Mason Rudolph sucks. Maybe Mason Rudolph doesn't suck. Maybe Mason has just suffered the same fate as every other Steeler quarterback not named Ben Roethlisberger has suffered, in that they've had a shit offensive system without a lot of weapons and an offensive line that has struggled and is finally starting to come into its own. Now, I'm not saying that I'm ready to turn the ball over to Mason, let him be our franchise quarterback. I'm just saying let's slow our roll and not run him out of town when we have a 42-year-old starter. We might need a guy like Mason.